Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, what's my brethren in somewhere I used to live, Dallas, Texas. Shout out to Dallas, Texas. Now, speaking of Dallas, Texas, Dallas, Texas is very own. I know he's not from Dallas. He's from what? The hell is that city's name? DeSoto, which is not too far from Dallas. Errol Spence Jr., he's be fighting on June 16th. That'll be taking place in Frisco, Texas, against Carlos Ocampo. It's a homecoming fight for him. It's a fight he should win. He's going to be fighting at the Dallas Cowboys practice facility, which I remember when they were building it when I used to live in Texas. So pretty cool to see that they're doing big events there. But yeah, at his media workout at the R&R Boxing Club over there in Dallas, they were asking Errol Spence all kinds of questions, about the welterweight division, potential fights with the Porter Garcia winner, things like that. But obviously, when we talk to Errol Spence, when we talk about Errol Spence, we had to talk about the elephant in the room, and the elephant in the room comes in the form of Terence Bud Crawford, because that's a fight people are looking to down the future. They're looking at as a potential super fight. And Errol Spence, for the first time, I would say that I can think of, really took his time to address this. So here's what Errol Spence said in regards to fighting Terence Crawford. He said, I quote, well, basically, let me clean up my side of the street. Basically, I'm saying my side of the street, Al Heyman, Showtime. Let me clean up my side of the street, and I'll come over there and take up that side of the block too. That's what I'm doing. I mean, we got a lot of fighters signed with Al Heyman. We got Danny Garcia. We got Sean Porter. We got all these, we had Lamont Peterson. We had Keith Thurman. Well, he's doing whatever he's doing right now. So let me clean up my block, and then I'll come over there and take over their block later on. He then went on to direct Terence Crawford even more directly by saying, I quote, Terence Crawford, well, he don't have a belt yet, but if he does get the belt from Jeff Horn, I'm coming to take that belt too, because I want to be undisputed welterweight champion of the world. Now, strong words from Mr. Errol the Truth Spence Jr. And it's funny because, this isn't a fight that I've pondered. I mean, I've thought about it here and there. I don't think I've talked about it as much as other channels on YouTube, because really, I'll be honest with you guys, man. I'll be honest with you. I like Terence Crawford, but I don't think he's beating Errol Spence. I genuinely don't see him beating Errol Spence. Errol Spence is a big, massive, strong welterweight. Crawford's been hurt by the likes of Gamboa. I don't see Terence Crawford as the kind of fighter to out-jab Spence long enough to get a decision, because I don't see him stopping Errol Spence. There's no way he's stopping Errol Spence. I think he's too strong for him. So I think his only option, the only way he'd beat a Terence Crawford or beat Errol Spence would be to outpoint him, and I just don't see how he would outpoint him. But I do think that if Crawford can really stake his claim at 147, because let's be honest here, I think the Crawford Spence talks, as much as alluring as it sounds, it is a bit premature, because Crawford is not a proven welterweight commodity, and he'll take his first step to becoming a proven welterweight commodity when he steps in the ring with Jeff Horn. Now, people want to say Jeff Horn is this, Jeff Horn is that, but Jeff Horn is a champion. He's a credible opponent. He did give a good account of himself against Pacquiao. I didn't think he won, but he got the decision, so it is what it is. But we'll learn a lot about Terence Crawford from this fight, because for the first time in his career, like I've said many times before, he's going to fight someone that's bigger than him, stronger than him, and can push him around the ring. So if he goes there and he looks like $1 million against Jeff Horn, then that will lend credence to him being potentially a dominant force at 147. But so what Spence is saying, how are we going to talk about Crawford right now at this moment when he hasn't even proven himself at the weight, which I tend to agree with. So there are, at this moment in time, for Errol Spence Jr., unfortunately, bigger fish to fry. Once he gets past Ocampo, which is a mandatory defense, you might be looking at him potentially next year fighting the winner of Garcia Porter, and that'll be great. That'd be a great fight, a fight that should happen. Personally, as I've kind of studied the styles of Porter and Garcia, I tend to believe that the winner of that fight, that'll be final, will probably be Danny Garcia. I think that's going to happen just because I just see well, I'll get into that later on. But I think Danny will emerge victorious from that fight against Porter. And it'll be a really good fight. I think it's going to be an interesting style matchup. It's really a hard fight to pick, to be honest with you. But I think Danny's counter punching, and if he can throw his jab a little more in that fight, should be able to offset a lot of the stuff Porter likes to do. Because Porter can't really box more than one style. Danny like him or not, he's shown the ability in his career to box in multiple styles, and I think he'll be ready for whatever Porter brings him on the night. And on top of that, Porter, is he really going to outbox Danny Garcia? Is he really going to stop Danny Garcia? Danny Garcia, for better or for worse, has one of the most durable chins in boxing. So we'll see how that all pans out. But I see Errol Spence finding the winner of that fight moving forward, and then who knows what happens after that. I honestly think before we even get, because you got to understand the fact that Terence Crawford is with Top Rank, and you have Bob's gonna have his own plans for Terence. You might see Errol either I think Errol can make a move with 154 potentially in the not too distant future. After he beats the winner of when he fights the winner of Garcia Porter, or maybe he fights Keith Thurman reemerges. Who knows what happens? But there's definitely options there. I think it's a bit premature to talk about Terence Crawford, but it is a fight that is interesting. You have the exciting boxer puncher style of Terence Crawford versus the equally as exciting boxer puncher style of Errol the Truth Spence. So we'll see, man. We'll see. If Crawford was able to beat an Errol Spence Jr., I think that would do a lot for him, man, because Errol's a bigger guy. He's a stronger guy. He's got good boxing skills. He's a bit of an underrated fighter defensively. You can hit him, but he's not as easy to hit as some people would be led to believe. Personally, I wouldn't mind seeing Terence Crawford fight Kell Brook in the future. If Kell Brook, actually no, because Kell Brook's at 154, so never mind. But anyway, that's the news. Errol Spence Jr. laying it all out there, addressing Crawford directly, saying, "Look, I'm going to clean up my side of the street, and once I get that squared away, I'm coming to clean up your side of the street." So I like the way Errol Spence is carrying himself, man. I'm hoping after the Campo fight, we get to see him fight better opposition. Because he fought Kell Brook, then he fought Lamont Peterson, who was good. Now he's going to get a voluntary defense. So it's good for him to be fighting in Frisco and close to Dallas. But after that, we want to see Errol Spence back in there with top competition. So after that, we're looking for the Garcia Porter winner, and just looking to see how good is Errol the Truth Spence, man. A lot of people are saying this guy's best welterweight in the world. Showtime and Steven Espinoza seem to be finally putting some money behind him, and they're pegging him to be one of the next faces of boxing. So we'll see how that goes. I think he's got a legitimate chance to emerge as a star in American boxing because of his exciting style. And he's been showing a little bit more of his personality, which I think he's got a little personality. So Errol Spence Jr. June 16th should be very interesting. I look forward to that card because I also got word today that Adrian Granados is supposedly supposed to be on that card. So once I get an official announcement, I'll have my video on that. But Errol Spence Jr. directing Terence Crawford. So let me know what you guys think. Errol Spence Jr., Terence Crawford, future super fight in the eyes of a lot of boxing fans. Who do you see winning that fight? How and why? And how do you think Terence Crawford is going to fare in his welterweight debut versus Jeff Horn? And do any of you out there actually believe that Errol Spence Jr. is the number one welterweight in the world? Let me know in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every video, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.